Trapmore gang, what's good? You may be wondering what's going on in this video. Well, I need to talk to you about a very serious topic that's apparently going on in Chicago called hatflation. Now, there's been talk of there being a serious epidemic of hatflation going on in Chicago, and there's rumored that if you go into any lid store in Chicago and you purchase a hat, you will be automatically given 9 hats free of charge on top of it. Now look, okay, this is something that I have tested out myself. I did recently just attend a lid store, and I can confirm, okay, that I went in there for 1 hat, and I came out of there with 9 hats, okay? So what the hell am I talking about? Well, I'm going to tell you, okay? There is something very strange going on in Chicago, okay? Because you know me, you know that I'm famous for covering the story of King Von, obviously the rumored 7 bodies, you know, the O-Block, the soft-spoken assassin. Everybody had talked at endless lengths about how King Von had 7 bodies. Now, I proved it in my video, King Von, Rap's first serial killer, that in my opinion, okay, I do personally believe that King Von did personally kill 7 people. Now, come to find out that our boy, the next King Von, Bloodhound Lil Jeff, he gets a tattoo of like 9 or 10 teardrops on his neck, and people start saying, oh, that's every teardrop is a body. Now, I did a whole video on Bloodhound Lil Jeff all about how he allegedly had 11 hats or 11 bodies by the time that he got killed. Now, his close homie, who is still alive, who is still a legendary rapper from Chicago, Bloodhound Q50, he's rapped on a whole bunch of songs how he's got 8 bodies, okay? And look, I made a documentary about that, and I said in that documentary, I couldn't find 8 bodies for Bloodhound Q50, but you know what I said in that documentary? I said, you know what, who am I to say that he has not got 8 bodies, okay? This is the funny thing. When I made that documentary about King Von, the amount of people that crawled out the woodwork saying, oh, Traplaw Ross, you're wrong. You're wrong. They're going to say you're wrong for saying that he had 10 bodies. Sorry, 7 bodies. They're going to say you're wrong. You're wrong for saying that King Von had 7 bodies. And I said to those people, I'll tell you again exactly what else. I'll say it today what I told those people at that time. If King Von was still here and still alive and you told him to his face he didn't have 7 bodies, he would slap you. He would slap the brakes off of you, okay? That's disrespectful to King Von. He would not allow any of that disrespect. And the same thing goes for Lil Durk, all right? Lil Durk, okay, maybe the same doesn't quite go the same for Lil Durk, but I personally believe, okay, that really, if you want to say, oh, these guys, they don't have those bodies, what are you trying to say? They're soft? They're not really like that? These guys that are in the streets, they would not accept you. King Von or Bloodhound Lil Jeff would not accept you saying that he's not like that. If you saw Bloodhound Lil Jeff today and you said, yeah, that's all cap, you ain't got no bodies, bro, it's over with, bro. It's over with. You'll be at the Biggie and Tupac concert like that, okay? You'll be at the Biggie Tupac Versus concert, all right, front row. But something strange, everybody is saying since this Bloodhound Q50 thing, and I'll still say, okay, I'm going to take Bloodhound Q50's word for it that he's got 8 hats. He said he's got 8 hats, okay? I believe him. I couldn't find 8. I searched the lids. I couldn't find 8 hats in stock, all right? But Q50 says he's got 8 hats. I believe that he's got 8 hats. But now, a new person has burst onto the scene, and I've covered them in the last couple of videos that I've dropped on this channel by the name of Kill Bill, okay? This fella, Kill Bill, they're saying apparently he's got 10 plus hats in his collection, okay? 10x, all right? That's not 10 recent DoorDash orders. That's not, that's not 10 times 10 kill streaks on Call of Duty. That 10x is 10 hats. What do you think? That's a hat, all right? They're saying he's got 10 kills. They're saying he's got 10 bodies, okay? And this ain't the only one. There's another one, him and his homie DMG Lil Deuce, aka DMG Scoom. They're saying between them, they had 20 hats. All right, this is a post that was made. It says, real splash, brother. 20 hats between the 2 of us on my son. He's saying that between the 2 of them, they have 20 hats, 20 murders to their names. Okay, there's Reddit post after Reddit post. All right, we're going to get to these posts in a minute, my bad. But they're saying Kill Bill's got 12 hats. They're saying one day ago he's got 12x. All right, this is getting out of hand. Now, what this has unfortunately led to, okay, what this has unfortunately led to is a little thing called hat inflation. Hatflation, if you will. Okay? Take Capone spoke on this. He said, I definitely think it's a hat inflation going on right now, okay? He commented on Kill Bill saying that him and Lil Deuce are up 20 hats, and he says there's a hat inflation. Apparently, Lil Jeff and Q50 have caused a hat inflation. It's like when the government print money, okay? And, if you've got $1 in your pocket and the government print $2, that $1 in your pocket ain't worth as much anymore. These hats, I don't know if it's people sharing hats. I don't know if people are inventing hats that never happened. People are catching hats and catching an innocent person, and they're saying that counts for 2 when it should really count for 1. I don't know if people are counting the cats and dogs they killed when they were becoming serial killers in the streets as the pre-teenagers as hats. But Tay Capone says there's a hat inflation going on, man. Let's hear what he said. I got so many hats I can't even fit the headphones on.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. With Shorty, I seen a post where his homie, I don't know if it was an old or a new post, but his homie was sharing some where it was like, it's 20 hats between me and Shorty. I'm damn, what the like? I seen it. Yeah, I'm like, what the yeah, so it's like, dude, okay, since King Von had the alleged, they was putting 7-8 hats on Shorty. So now then you have Lil Jeff, the 8-9 hat guy, whatever. Now it's like, Shorty done got a dub. Is it like the inflation hat? Is people inflating their hats, you thinking? I ain't saying number. It's like, because everybody got hats now. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing.
I definitely feel like it's a hat inflation, folks. I ain't gonna lie, folks, because it's harder to kill. So if it's harder to kill, like, don't get me wrong, bro, it's easy to, because they make it easier for a catch a beat, because you got switches. We ain't have switches, folks. We used to have to literally, like, clap, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it used to, like, real, like, you ain't have no bursts. You just tap that, they just 7 shells fly out at once, like that, like, so we go.
But this is interesting, right? He's explaining some of the reasons, some of the socio-economic reasons, all right, of hatflation. He's saying it's a supply side problem, okay? The supply of switches. Any of my economists in here, okay? We're seeing a shift in the supply curve of switches, and that's essentially causing hatflation, okay? The price of a hat has been decreased considerably by the availability of switches, and this has basically caused way more hats to be available in the market.
Really nigga up like you stood over him when you didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to catch a bee, but it's harder to stay out and catch bees. You know what I'm saying? Because all these cameras, when we was doing this, when I was coming in, everybody didn't have a Ring camera, bro. Cameras themselves was for like real buildings that like was like corporate buildings or like buildings that it was like had to have some type of level of security for, because there was a lot of residents there. And even those cameras were shaky. You could do, I know niggas, it ain't been shit, niggas been caught on camera, but the camera footage fuzzy as hell, you can't really even see nothing. Nowadays, folks, everybody got their phone out, everybody looking out the window, folks, everybody seen something, folks. So it's like, the amount of murders that be able to just stay out and keep catching folks, that's tough, folks. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when I see niggas saying they got all them bodies, I don't dispute that they got bees, folks, but a lot of it be like, bro, with 12 hats out here, folks, like, they would have been got up with you, folks. You know what I'm saying? They would have been got up with your glamour, folks, because it's just, you would have been eventually got caught on camera or left some evidence somewhere, or somebody would have seen your face, or, you know, like, they would have been found a way to wrap you up, folks, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
he's low-key saying, bruh, there ain't no way you're gonna have 12 hats. They would have been wrapped you up, right? But they're saying Kill Bill got 12 hats. They're saying he got 12 hats. So tell you what you're trying to say. But anyway, okay, this hatflation is out of control. Okay, and ironically, okay, everybody's saying this guy Pluto, all right, Pluto 2 times is the original Kill Bill. They're saying he really did have all them hats that he was talking about, right? But then people are saying Kill Bill was claiming 8 bodies before the Jeff inflation happened, okay? So a lot of people have been saying this guy Pluto was really spanking ass. He was the first person that was getting the really high kill counts and the hat counts in the streets, okay? But then other people are saying, yo, the real hatflation was Lil Jeff. It was Jefflation, all right? And Kill Bill really got them hats. Now, okay, we're gonna get to this in a minute, okay? But what I want to say, firstly, ever since I've discovered Kill Bill and the alleged 12 hats, everybody is saying now in Chiracology, Trap Law has now discovered Kill Bill. Documentary will be out by Christmas. Now look, okay, I can't vouch for that timeline, all right? I can't vouch. You bruh, you stop. You know what I'm saying? Just shh. Can't vouch for the timeline. All right, I don't know. This might be 2026, and if there's more hats to add to the list, it might take me a few months to count all of these hats. But they're saying Trap Law's discovered Kill Bill, documentary coming by Christmas. They said as soon as people said Kill Bill got 10 bodies, you knew he was doing his research. That's a fact. That is a fact. That's funny as F, bro. The PS5 achievement to get a Trap Law Ross documentary. That is fact. All right, they're saying people should group up behind the scenes to get different Reddit accounts and flood the Reddits with fan fiction over the span of a month or two to constantly spread out, knowing that he's going to make a video about it. Then when the video comes out, completely switch it up with the post and info being put out so that everything in the video was about time and money he invested into it, all for nothing, and it's a bunch of lies, okay? But I thought everything on the Reddit was cap. I thought Trap Law Ross doesn't do any real research and he just regurgitates Reddit comments and everything on the Reddit's cap, and it's not true anyway. Now you're saying it's so accurate that to get ahead of me, you guys are going to have to what? You guys are going to have to put fake information amongst the real information so that you can catch me out? I thought it was all fake information. I didn't do no research anyway. But anyway, they're really talking about getting 6, 7 phones and making 2 to 3 fake police leaked investigation paperworks so that they can actually put fake information to trick me into doing a cap documentary, all right? But that's not going to happen, all right? I do actual good research. People are saying that new Chicago serial killer doc is incoming. Do you guys think that Kill Bill's a serial killer? They're saying the documentary going to be called The New Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Vaughn and Jeff definitely getting name dropped. Man, you guys are writing this video for me already. What the hell? The Out West Bloodhound Lil Jeff. I can see him using that for his title. TLR, if you use that, you're going to have to pay me. Absolutely not. You'll be getting no royalties, but I might use that title. That's fire. Oh my God, what have I done? Man, I got... I'm crying. We already know he's finna put like 4 bodies on Kill Bill that's completely false just so his video can be longer. Now, this is an ironic comment, and I like this. He says, yeah, facts like he did with the Dirk documentary. He added Lil Jojo Cash and some lady in a park that Dirk supposedly killed because the body was on a gun he had. I actually debunked those, funnily enough. I actually debunked those. I put 6 bodies on Dirk, and those weren't none of them. So you guys need to do your research on my research, okay? They're saying, dude looked dead at the camera and said, Kill Bill, please stop, what the F? I came here for these comments. We just gave this bloke 3 months more of content. That's facts. Lol, y'all tipped him off earlier today with that post, and he ran with it, all right? But people, look, I'm here with these hats on my head to tell you, okay, the man himself, Kill Bill, has responded. He's seen the videos, he's got word of the documentary, he's probably seen the Reddit posts, and he is already calling me out, all right? He's called me out, and he's basically said, yo, I'm in big trouble with this killer with 12 bodies. This is what it is.
I'll follow you back, but you gotta stop being on this rich land.
He said, I'll follow you back, because I just followed him today, because I see, and shout out to 16 Shot him. 16 Shot him just had an interview with him, and, you know, a few clips from that are going around, and he's tagged in a lot of them. I was like, oh, damn, he on Instagram? Okay. He on Instagram with 12 hats? Okay. Followed him up, and now he's added me. I see him in my DMs. I was too scared to even reply. I'll keep it real with you. I'm way too scared to reply. This man, this is a terrifying individual. I'm not going to cap. But he basically said, look, you be lying. You're lying on me, bro. Now, look, if I'm lying on you, all these fools with the 10x and 12x and all, they lying on you. That, bruh, if I'm lying on you, everybody else got to be lying. This definitely got to be lying on you, because this is talking about Kill Bill saying him and Lil Scoom, not Lil Scoom, him and Lil Deuce, DMG Scoom, are up 20 hats. You said that, so are you lying too? Kill Bill, you tell me if you're lying, bro. Is it hatflation? Is it hatflation?
Y'all on YouTube and shit just be lying and shit. Motherfuckers smack the shit out you, then I'll be wrong and shit.
This reminds me, I don't know if you heard that YoungBoy skit. I think it's on the song Sex Me. It's like, it's a phone call with a girl, and she basically says, if I come over there, slap the shit out of you, I'll be wrong. And maybe that's a reference to something else, but he basically saying, yeah, you be on YouTube lying about the bodies, and if I slap the shit out of you, you'd be wrong. I would say, Kill Bill, I'm speaking to you personally. If you slap the shit out of me, you would be wrong, man, because I'm a dork, all right? I'm not in the streets. I'm not catching no hats, okay? Ignore these hats. These aren't the same kind of hats that you be having. These are a different kind of hat, all right? Look, I am scared, okay? I am scared, all right? I wasn't trying to lie on you. I thought these posts that were going around, all right? And I'm working overtime keeping these hats on my head. They've not fallen once, by the way. This is difficult. I thought these posts were gospel. I'm not going to lie, okay? I was thinking these posts... yeah. I wasn't trying to lie on your name. It was no disrespect to Kill Bill. You know, maybe we got to set the record straight. I was going to say maybe let's sit down and do an interview, but I don't know if I've got the confidence to be in the same room as you, Kill Bill, because they're talking. I'm not trying to be 21 or 13 or what. 13's an unlucky hat number. If I'm going to be one of those hats, at least make me 14, bro. Go. You're going to have to catch another hat before you sit down with me.
I'll be wrong, right? Smack the dog shit out you and have you on fucking wrong, right? Bitch ass nigga. Lil Ross, bro. I'll follow you back, but you gotta stop being on this rich land. You be all on YouTube and shit, just be lying and shit.
So look, he said I'm lying on him, man. Okay. They're saying he's been around since 2020. His name's popping again right now. They're saying I'm paying for promo. I'm not paying for promo. Remo's my mans, but Remo just sees the motion. I didn't even know this happened. Remo hit me up. It's like, yo, you see what just went up on my page? I ain't gonna cap. I was out buying the new iPhone. And I load up the new iPhone. I start getting messages on the new iPhone talking about the most diabolical hat collector in Chicago is pissed off with me, man. So look, all right, I do not want any smoke with Kill Bill, all right? We're going to have to set the record straight. He got no hats, or is that disrespectful? Would I be wrong? If I made a video and said Kill Bill, it's all a load of cap. You ain't got no hats. You ain't never hurt nobody. Would I be wrong? Would you be upset to hear that? You tell me. Have you got hats, or are you not a threat to anybody? Because I need to know which way to go direction with this. Okay. Yeah. Look, look, I'm gonna just keep it real, all right? Reddit is saying there's a Kill Bill documentary coming, man. Look, I can't even confirm or deny these rumors, all right? We're not trying to play that accidental Pluto 2 times song played there, but look, all right? If I did pop out with a 5-6 hour documentary on Kill Bill's 12 Hats, would I be wrong? Would I be wrong? And if I made a whole documentary and I concluded at the end of it, I said, Kill Bill, you know what? He got no hats. He's not a problem. He's not a threat to anybody. He's a sweetheart. Then would I be wrong? All right, you guys are gonna have to tell me, man. But look, it's really just no disrespect. All right, I really just wanted to clap back. Kill Bill, he tagged me. Okay, I'm too scared to reply. This is the reply that I've done. Okay, I don't know. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because from what I'm reading on Reddit, this guy's opening a lid store. But yeah, look, I'll keep track of the story. I'll be keeping track of what's going on. I know that he's doing interviews. I haven't had a chance to watch his latest interview yet. I literally just got through the door. I literally just got home and people are talking about the most dangerous, fearsome person in Chicago is mad at you. And that is actually quite scary news for me to receive. So you guys let me know down in the comments, man. Does he have the hats? Or should I not be worried? Because right now I'm worried. This is Reddit saying this guy's got 12 hats and he's mad at me and he said he's gonna slap me. If anything, if he slaps me, that's like the best way this could work out because I'm hearing about what he's doing. I ain't gonna lie, I seen a clip. Yeah, nah. If I get slapped, that's the W really. If I get away with just a slap, that's a W, man. I'm scared. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let me know down in the comments what we think of Kill Bill, man. Is it all cap? Is it hatflation? Maybe is there a couple of hats that have been inflated? I don't know, but I'll catch you guys in the next video and I will be digging deeper into Kill Bill. Keep your eyes peeled for that very soon. I don't know about out by Christmas. I don't know about out, like, bruh, I've got other stuff I'm still working on, bro. I got a whole other thing that I need to drop before I even start thinking about this. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna start looking at property in like Alaska or something, bro, because I need to get the hell out of town, man. This is scary. All right, catch you in the next video. Peace.